Welcome to a new world of gods and monsters and their cinematic universes, but not the Monsterverse because Legendary and Warner Bros. Owns that for Godzilla and King Kong, and also not including the previous Mummy films that are not part of this at all, and also not including Hello all, this is Alan here for Razzle, bringing you the good, the bad, the ugly, and the emoji. My weekly show where I take a look at a recent trailer, talk about the good of the trailer, the bad of the trailer, the ugly parts of the process, and even throw an emoji in there at the end. Today we're going to be looking at Tom Cruise's newest film and the first film in the Universal Monsters shared universe, The Mummy. Let's get started. Now, as the name of the show suggests, guys, we are going to start out with the good of the trailer. The first good thing that I've seen so far is the horror aspects. Particularly in trailer 2, they show a lot more aspects that are more traditional for a monster horror flick. Now, in 2015, the director, Alex Kurtzman, said that these shared universes are going to be a blend of horror and other fictional genres. And it's very clear in these trailers that the horror is something that is going to be a nice take, and it'll be something that, for me, looked really refreshing. The next good thing that I'm going to talk about is the effects. Now, whether it's the cool face in the sky made out of sand or the genuinely creepy actions of the mummy, all of the effects in this film look great. The next good thing that I'm going to mention is this stacked cast. Tom Cruise is in this movie. Tom Cruise, as you would know, plays Tom Cruise in this movie, and he does some Tom Cruise things. He's usually at his best when he sticks to that formula. Add Jake Johnson to anything, and it's gonna be something that I'm interested in. The guy is so naturally funny, and I really hope they put a comedic touch on his character going forward. And it looks like we're gonna be seeing a lot of Sofia Boutella in the future. She was in Star Trek Beyond last year, and I absolutely loved her in Kingsman. Nice to see her in another big franchise. The last thing that I'm going to talk about is the fact that we are getting a female mummy, which I think is great, because when you look back at classic Universal monsters, you don't really get very many female characters, and the ones that you do don't even really have a name. She's really only known as the Bride of Frankenstein, isn't she? Jumping right into the bad of what we've seen in the trailer so far, this scream. The next bad that I have is the action. Now, trust me, I love a good popcorn action flick. I'm so excited for Fate of the Furious, but this movie doesn't need it. And when I sit there and I see Tom Cruise falling out of cars unharmed or dodging catastrophic accidents, it just leaves me wondering, is this movie going to be a lot dumber than its potential is? The next bad, who are these people? I mean, seriously, when we look at it, you see Russell Crowe, who's the head of a bigger-than-government organization who takes out supernatural occurrences before the world ever finds out. You know, that generic character. But then he's also, as we know, Dr. Jekyll, which, you know, the scientist from the 1800s novel.
My name is Mr. Hyde.
And then we look at Tom Cruise, who, is he an archaeologist? Is he a soldier? Because the beginning of the film makes you think he's a soldier because he's using assault rifles, he's running around and he's in a big firefight with explosions before they find the tomb, and then he's going on the exhibition, which would make me believe that he's an archaeologist. But if he's an archaeologist, why does he have that sort of soldier training? And if he's a soldier, why would they take him on the archaeologist expedition? It just doesn't make any sense. You're not Nathan Drake.
It's jumping and running, and I have a natural talent for that.
Really?
So what do you say, chick?
Okay, cowboy.
You have to pick one. You can't be both. It doesn't make sense to me that the only character that I really understand what is going on is the person who's been dead for 2,000 years. Okay guys, now it's time to talk about the ugly from what we've seen so far. Listen guys, I know that it worked well for Marvel. I understand why you're doing it, but does every film franchise need a cinematic universe? I mean, seriously, what does this film even lead up to? A buddy cop movie with Frankenstein's monster and the Wolfman? Actually, I really want to see that film. Please make that film Universal. Now we've reached that time to talk about the ceiling for the film. The ceiling is the best that I think that this film could possibly be. And for me, the ceiling for The Mummy 2017 is Rise of the Planet of the Apes. This is the James Franco-led movie that started the new Apes franchise after the Mark Wahlberg one failed so bad. And this was a very good movie, and I think that this would be a very good ceiling for this Mummy film to try to attain to. Now, the basement of this film is bad, because monster movies haven't been very successful recently, and they can be bad. They can be I, Frankenstein bad. And that's the basement for this film. At its worst, it could be that. Now let's move on to the verdict for this film. Now, at its best, this movie is going to be a great blend of action and horror, and it's going to really kick off the Universal Monsters shared universe. At its worst, it'll be a garbage film that no one really even bothers to see anyway. But don't worry, even if this film is garbage, Universal's just going to pretend it never existed anyway, and just start off their shared universe with the next monster film. I mean, they did it in the past. And in a way, that means you have to admire Universal's determination and dedication. If by determination and dedication you mean ignoring all your past problems and moving through like nothing ever happened, pretending that your audience doesn't remember that you made a bad film and said that was the start. That kind of determination and dedication. Here's the thing, guys. If it gets good reviews, you're gonna want to see it in theaters. But if not, it'll be on Netflix soon enough. As always, guys, I want to leave you with an emoji that tells you how I'm feeling about this film. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button as well as the subscribe button, which will tell you about when we post new content, which we're going to be doing on a regular basis. We have weekly shows, trailer reactions, movie reviews, and a whole lot more, so go ahead and check us out. You can hit the Razzle button down below, and that will also take you to a lot of our older videos as well. You can follow me on Twitter at Alan Havens, and you can check me out next week when I'll be doing another Good, Bad, Ugly emoji. Thank you very much, guys. Have a good one.